Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Healthy Living event sponsored by the Juice Plus community. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Carol Turnbow. I'm a senior sales coordinator with the Juice Plus company. I'm also a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a mama, I am a CrossFit coach, I'm a CrossFit athlete, but my passion is nutrition and teaching people that food really does heal the body. Tonight, you're going to be hearing from myself and some of my teammates. We've all joined on a mission to inspire healthy living around the world. And I'm going to start tonight by introducing our product line. Our product line is simple and it will remain simple because it's food. It's food that our bodies need on a daily basis. All of us know that we need to be eating fruits and vegetables. But Juice Plus has figured out a way to put fruits and vegetables in a capsule so that we can get them every single day consistently. I'm going to start by showing you our fruit, our vegetable, and our berry blend, the red, the green, and the purple. These three products are 100% plant-based all the way down to the capsule. They're better than organic, non-GMO, picked at the peak of ripeness with an NSF seal of approval. And what that means is that what is in the product is on the label. So right here I have our berry blend, excuse me, and this is our label. And I'll read it to you. It says raspberry, bilberry, blueberry, cranberry, pomegranate, Concord grape, black currant, blackberry, elderberry, artichoke, and cocoa. So favorite part of my label or our label is that it carries a nutrition label. Like I said earlier, this is food in a capsule, whole food in a capsule. Only food can carry a nutrition label, is not a supplement. We also have our full spectrum of plant-based omegas. This is once again a completely vegan product all the way down to the capsule. We all know that we should be getting our omega-3s from, you hear that you're going to take your fish oil to get your omega-3s. Well, Juice Plus has cut out the middleman. They went to what the fish eat to get the omegas, which is the algae oil. And so they have a full spectrum, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9 of plant-based omegas made out of algae oil, pomegranate seed oil, tomato seed oil, and more. We also have our complete protein powder in chocolate and vanilla. This is also a vegan product. It's amazing. I love my complete protein. I take one every morning with all my colored capsules. We have a new protein called Perform that is got more protein per serving. I love it. It's a berry flavor and mine's all gone, or I would show you. I'm still waiting on my shipment. And last but not least, we have a aeroponic growing system, a tower garden. And the tower gardens you can grow. I live in Indiana. Mine is in my house. In the summer, I keep it outside. So in the winter, I have it in my house with LED lights. It waters itself. It lights itself. All I had to do was pop the little plants in the hole, and I've been eating vegetables off of it all winter long. I love my tower garden. If you haven't heard about it, make sure you talk to whoever invited you to the call tonight. We have an amazing lineup of speakers that are going to be sharing their stories. Beth Meyer has brought some people from her team, and Beth is going to start by introducing herself and then letting you know who she brought to hang out with us tonight. So Beth, come on the call and welcome. We're excited to have you.
Thank you, Carol. Thanks for having us all tonight. We are certainly honored, and the stars of the show tonight, in addition to our products, and you can see in my screen behind me and Christina's behind me, you can see we're a little excited by our gardens. Yes. We have our team has a slight obsession with fruits and veggies, so bear with us. It is an honor to be here, and I really want the light to be on my team that's here tonight. So I'm going to just talk real quick, just so you know who I am. I've actually been partnered with the Juice Plus company for 17 years. And I was originally, I was a competitive gymnast. Nutrition, health, fitness was really important to me. I got hurt when I was 16. And it's really interesting because as healthy as I was back then and as nutritionally and physically fit as I was as an athlete, I did a lot of the wrong things. And when I became a mom, nutrition became so much more important to me. And I didn't know that I could even do better than I was already doing. Even by my standards, I was probably a little neurotic. And when I was first introduced to Juice Plus by my doctor, I was eating 15 servings of organic, vine-ripened fruits and veggies. I live in between 2 organic farms, and I was at the peak of my neuroticness. My adrenal glands were still failing. And so I made some very significant life changes. I was newly divorced. My ex-husband was not giving me a penny. I had my own mortgage company. I was homeschooling my daughter. I was coaching her gymnastics. I was kind of doing everything, which meant there wasn't a whole lot of time for sleep. And I think we all have non-negotiables in life, at least I hope you do. And one of my non-negotiables from the time I was really young was that I wanted to raise my daughter or my child. I didn't know I'd have a daughter, but I wanted to be a fully present, full-time stay-at-home mom. And that's hard to do when you're divorced and have no other source of income. And the mortgage business started to really get in the way of the life I wanted. But I kind of needed the income. And I guess you could say it was sort of a perfect storm. When I was told about the product and the business, I actually signed up on the same day. I had no intention of ever building a business ever. I did what all good New Yorkers do, rolled my eyes. I was like, I don't really need that for. But I wanted it because my brother was leaving for Iraq. I thought, all right, he needs this stuff. All of my anorexic gymnastics friends, they needed nutrition without calories, which is what I originally saw Juice Plus as. I knew it would be great for my daughter because hers was going to be free with our Healthy Starts for Families program. And my mom was about to have dental implants and my dad's a dentist. I'm like, all right, I'm done. I got everybody covered. And then in 2008, right before the market crashed, the writing was on the wall. I could not do everything. Getting, 0 hours of sleep every night wasn't healthy and it wasn't working. And I wasn't going to compromise being a mom. So I closed my mortgage company in 2008. Long before this business was ready to support me, but I knew from the community and I knew from what I had seen and the success I had seen in other people that this was something that I could do, not because I was special, really more the opposite, because I had a strong work ethic and I knew if other people could do it, so could I. I knew I could replace what my then six-figure income was from the mortgage company. And I also knew at the top position in this company, there were full benefits and it would allow me to be the mom that I wanted to be. And it's done more than that. It's far exceeded anything I could ever imagine. And one of the things it's given me, which I could never see coming, and I actually didn't even know that it would be a thing, are all the amazing friendships and relationships that I have. And you're going to get to meet some of those absolute super rock stars tonight. And the first one I'm going to introduce is Stephanie. And I have known Stephanie actually since before she was a mom, before she was a wife, when she was living in freezing cold Michigan and just newly a nurse. And now she's living in warm, sunny Florida, a new mommy, a wife, a new mommy. And Stephanie, you take it away.
Thank you, Beth. Well, I'm honored to be on this call tonight and share a little bit about me and my Juice Plus story. As Beth just said, she knew me in one season of life, and I went through about 4 seasons in the last 5 years here. So lots of change. Juice Plus was introduced to me by a friend from high school just after I finished college. And as I was kind of a new grad nurse, I was probably in my second year of nursing at the time. And honestly, I became a nurse because I love health and wellness and prevention. And I got into the medical field, and the floor I actually worked on was a bariatric surgery floor. And I quickly realized that medicine in the hospitals was not preventative. It was more focused on kind of fixing the problems and not preventing the problems. And I quickly realized that that is my passion. And I wanted to share with the world what I know about nutrition, what I know about prevention. And, in nursing school, I only ever got one class on nutrition, believe it or not. And I would have to say probably a lot of doctors in this world too only get about one class of nutrition. So I realized the opportunity for growth for just myself. I was introduced to Juice Plus and I was like, cool, these sound great. I love to work out. I'm a nurse. I don't sit down. I don't go to the bathroom. I barely get to eat. So I might as well throw these pills in my bag and go and pop them as I'm on my night shift, sleeping different hours of most of everyone in the world too. So they were quick and easy. Nutrition, I loved the protein after my workouts and before going into work. And that was all I saw it as. I did eventually join the business, and it was just kind of like Beth started with, I'll share it with my parents, talk to my brother about it. Didn't really have much of a why behind the business. And so fast forward now, I'm a wife, got my husband on Juice Plus, but I got pregnant, and I was taking Juice Plus long before my pregnancy. And I have a very healthy 6-month-old now little girl named Kennedy. It was my sole prenatal nutrition. So it turned into, I like this, it's good for me, to this is my prenatal nutrition, and Whole Foods is all you need to get all of your daily vitamins in and grow happy, healthy babies. So Juice Plus took a turn for me in that way. And the protein brought me like lots of other parts of the macronutrition in my diet that I needed. So Juice Plus for me was a lot for my pregnancy, for the benefits of the products, but still the business. Just, I'm a nurse and that's kind of what I focus on, but really nothing more with the business. I share it with who I, love and care about. But I never relied on the business as a income full time, and have taken the leap away from nursing yet. So I birthed my baby in July. I was new to Florida just about 6 months after I moved here. I birthed her, and I went on maternity leave, and I found out that I birthed my girl 6 days too early to get any maternity leave pay. So for 3 months, I was getting $0, and no one told me that. I was told I would get leave, and I was sitting at home postpartum with my daughter in tears because I was having no income from my nursing job. But you know what I did have? I had my Juice Plus business. And at a time that I never thought I would only have Juice Plus as my income, it turned my whole world around as seeing how this business truly can transform your world. It was an income when I had no income. I didn't know that I was going to rely on it as my income. And I think my story, if you're a guy, you're not going to have a pregnancy with Juice Plus. If you don't like to work out, that's not your why behind Juice Plus, but you never know what's going to happen with your job. We've seen the world in the last 2 years go crazy with people losing jobs left and right. And to have a backup option like this was something I never imagined that I needed or wanted. And it was the savior for me. Like, wow, I'm so glad I did this. And I didn't even know that I needed it. So I love to share my story now. I hope it can relate to a lot of people on a lot of levels. And it's a forever changing story and a forever changing why. And I think that's the best part about this company is there's so many people that can connect and reach and change their lives for the better. So that's my story.
Thank you, Stephanie. It certainly is. It does shift and change as life shifts and changes, and we all come to this for so many different reasons. And at the end, after we hear from Peter, I will share with you a shift that I had. But now I'm going to turn it over to Christina, who I have not known for very long, but her story kind of blew me away. I'm not going to say anything else. I'll let her share her story because I won't do it justice. Christina.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for letting me be on this call, Beth. I really appreciate it. So I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a busy, I run a business every day. But beside that, me and my husband both actually, about 3 years ago, we kind of had one of those end of the road, like this, we've just got to change everything in life, because if we keep going the way that we were going nutritionally, it was going to be devastating for us. It was going to be devastating for our children. So we were very inactive, very unhealthy. We relied on, fast food and anything that you could get on the road, basically. When we made that change, we actually we are now I'm personally 120 pounds gone. I completely eat organic, healthy, everything. As you can see, my tower. So the tower is actually what brought me to Juice Plus. In the process of all of that, I actually have 2 towers in my home, but we actually have started to get to the point that that's all we buy is just meat. We don't buy any of our produce. We don't have to buy anything else. We literally just eat our organic, fresh. We know what's on it, where it came from, everything. But on a side note with that, our kids enjoy it. Our kids, my daughter, she's 6. She's an active gymnast herself. But she enjoys going to the tower and just grabbing something off of it, or she'll go, just like Monday, she went and just got a whole bag of lettuce off of the tower and took it to her coach. I mean, that's something that they enjoy and they love. We in the process have started taking Juice Plus, and we have noticed a huge shift in that aspect, especially as we have shifted our nutrition, and really got focused in on eating healthy and knowing what we're putting in our bodies. So like I said, that's kind of our story. I mean, mine in itself, just the shift in the nutrition and getting healthy and having our kids follow in those footsteps, and making good choices for them. That was a huge thing for us. And having the towers right here in our home every day, that just, it makes them realize that good nutrition and healthy things are every day. That's what we need. So,
it's so powerful. Thank you, Christina. What's so powerful is that you can never judge or prejudge anybody, because just if, you have 3 people that have spoken so far, and Pete will certainly round this out, but, I was so far on the other side of being insane about my nutrition. I mean, to the point of really kind of absurd. Stephanie was young and in grad school and, fit and healthy, and just, and Christina was on the complete other side. If it was fast, if it was quick, if it was frozen box bag, fast, great, even better, and to see the shift and to see that there's a home and a place for everybody, to me, is so incredibly powerful. And I had a huge shift personally this last week when we had the ice storm, and I will reserve that for the very end, but I want to turn this over to Pete. Where are you, Peter? I don't see you.
I'm here.
Oh, well, let's try. Christina, thank you. Peter, you take it away, because I certainly can't do justice to your story either. It's all yours.
So, Stephanie and Christine, thanks for sharing. You really made me think of a couple of things. So, I first was introduced to the product and the company in 2011, but if you really to get a full circle of my story, I have to go back a few years before that. In 2007, I was 38, 39, something like that, maybe 37. I was working literally 90 to 120 hours a week. I was in sales. I was trying to make a name for myself. And when I tell you I was never home, I was never home. And that year before Thanksgiving, we discovered that I had stage 3 testicular cancer. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't really thought about it for a while, and I haven't told this story in a long time. But I was scared. I had 4 kids. The youngest was 1. The oldest was 12. And I knew at that point that I had to make a change in my lifestyle and how I ate. I had to exercise. And I began that change after I went through surgery and treatments and stuff like that. Fast forward, what was it, Beth? About 4 years, I think it was. Beth and my wife, somehow, some way, I think it was on Facebook, they kind of reconnected. They were friends. They went to sleepaway camp together. And Beth, my wife, had posted something, and Beth saw it. She reached out, and before I knew it, it was August, and Beth and her daughter Sydney were here at our house in New Jersey. And we were chit-chatting, and she showed me the product, and I was like, I'm already on my health journey. Makes totally sense. Give it to me. And then literally, Jill and I were about maybe 2-3 weeks away from investing $500,000 in a gym franchise, because we were looking for something. We wanted to be able to do more for our kids. We wanted to be able to say yes. We didn't want to say no all the time. And she said, well, for $50, well, it was $50 at that time. It's 52 now, but for $50, you can own your own franchise with potential 6-figure earnings. I was like, I'm in. Put me in. Went to my first conference that year. I think it was October. It was in Nashville, I think, or Tennessee, or Memphis. It was in Memphis, I think. And then I was excited. And I made a commitment to Beth that day. We were standing in a room full of people. And I looked at her and I said, we're going to fill this room one day. But I'll get back to that in a minute. So I came home. I was excited. I did whatever Beth was telling me to do. I was doing it. And then and the worst thing in my life happened. Sorry. I always get choked up on this. Day before Thanksgiving, I got a phone call. Pete, mommy died. I was like, what? It's totally unexpected, totally derailed me. And then 9 months to the day later, my father died. And to be honest with you, I didn't have the intestinal fortitude to stay with the business. I was lost for years. Had a full-time job, all the extra things I was thinking about. I literally was numb for several years. And then it was September 22nd, 2016, company I was with for 20 years. Out of the blue, they let me go. No explanation, no nothing. They just let me go. Stood up, I thanked them. I said, thank you for all the years of employment. You guys have been great to me. I walked out the door, and the first person I called, it wasn't my wife. It was Beth. And what I said to her was, listen, I don't ever want to be in this position again. I'm back in. But it really took me another 2 years to get back in, because I had started a new job and I was so entrenched in trying to learn that system in that company that, I would really say like mid 2018, but Beth and everybody else on here, some of you have heard my story before. My why has always been my kids. I have 4 kids. My son's an officer in the Marines. He's a fighter pilot. And, my why was him. And now I have a daughter-in-law too, because he recently got married. So, but recently, I'll be honest with you, we've had a couple things happen over the past few days, and Beth doesn't even know this. I don't think she knows. My father-in-law, who I'm very close to, had a couple of strokes over the weekend. Why do I tell you that? I tell you that because of this, because you don't know what you have here. And everybody's journey is different. My journey has taken me to this point in my life to realize what this business truly is. The community is great. I've made so many great friends. I love all the people. But honestly, and I'm doing this for accountability for myself too, guys, just so you know, a little bit selfishly, but I've said to Beth a bunch of times, I want to impact as many people as I can before I leave this earth. And by my estimate, I have about 1,400 weeks left on this beautiful earth. If you calculate the averages and where I am now, and the only thing I want to do is impact more people, both in their health and their wealth. And you know what, guys, when you do that, you'll get everything you want in this world. So it's a little bit different, Beth, but.
Thank you, Pete. Thank you. And I will text you after, because I didn't know that. So, one of the things that maybe you all heard tonight, at least I hope you did, is that people come from so many different walks of life, and things change, and why we do things changes, and being open to that change and recognizing it. And after 17 years in the business of me being this laser focused mom, right? Everything about my daughter, and it'll always be, I think if you're a parent, that's just the way it is. But it was different phases, right? It was paying for gymnastics, paying for travel, getting her through college. She's in her senior year. And the other day I was with my mom, and it was during the ice storm we had here, and I had to go get her from her house, which is 2 hours from my house. And she was there without power. It was 0 degrees. I had to go get her. And as I was driving home from there, once she got power back and once I brought her back, I was driving back, and I thought, you know what? Many people talk about playing bigger in life, having more impact, leaving a legacy, but it always seems to be tomorrow and not today. And what I realized on that drive home is, while I've been very focused on my daughter, I realized the other day that I want to do the things I want to do in life and achieve the things I want to do and impact the way I want to impact, while my mom is here to celebrate it with me. I don't ever want to be that person who sits there and says, looks up at the sky and says, I know she's smiling down. I know I'm making her proud. I know I'm making her happy because she's here with me now. It's up to me to play bigger right now, right this minute. Have I done a lot in this business? Yes, but nowhere near what I'm capable of. And I don't ever, ever want my parents to be looking down on me. I want them to be standing beside me when I am able to either do those things for them or for other people or achieve the things I want in life. And I hope that if you have big dreams, big vision, or small dreams, small vision, allow yourself to go live them right now. Give yourself permission to be the person that you want to be, live in the potential that you see for yourself, and don't wait, because tomorrow really isn't promised. It really isn't promised. And you want to look at your life and be proud of what you're doing, not what you wish you would have done. So thank you, Carol, for having us tonight. And thank you, Christina, Peter, and Stephanie, for taking the time to be here tonight. I really, really appreciate all of you. Love you tremendously. I'm super grateful that you're here.
Thank you guys so much for sharing your stories. They were all so wonderful. We invite you to stay on after we have our business training event that's immediately following this. We are here every Thursday night sharing our stories, and we invite you to come back again next week. Thank you so much.